90.3 FM. Welcome. It's always a pleasure whenever we get to have these conversations. My name is Chioma Innocent, and in case you don't know it, you're now tuned into the Evening Rush right here on the #1 station that gives you a voice all over the world. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm sitting in for Esther Nwachukwu, who is currently on leave at the moment. Yes, there's absolutely nothing wrong. Esther went to take a much needed rest, and she'll be back with us after a few days. So in the meantime, stick with me. We'll be having important, pertinent conversations. We'll be bringing up hot topical issues that concern you and I as a people, as Nigerians, indeed as humans. So stay with us. The Evening Rush comes to you every weekday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and right here we discuss the issues that concern you and I. And so today it will be exactly the same, no holds barred. This is where we tell you as it is. This is where we bring you Nigeria's most important conversations. We tell it as it is, no holds barred, and of course your opinion is always welcome. At some point in the conversation, the phone lines will be open so that you can also join the conversation. You can let us know your opinions and your thoughts on everything which we'll be discussing today. My name is Chioma Innocent. Thank you for going on this ride with me. This will go on up until 9 p.m. So tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell your landlord that the Evening Rush has begun. It's time for us to have these important conversations. Now, the talk of the moment is what many Nigerians have called a show of shame that took place between Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, the factional national chairman of the PDP, Turaki, and FCT Minister Wike and his loyalist Samuel Anyanwu and the rest of them at the Wadata Plaza in Abuja earlier today. It was a crazy situation because we could see videos of the altercation that happened right there. We could see the videos of that altercation, and it was not a very good sight to behold, especially for the people who look up to this man. These are the politicians who shape the international perspective on Nigeria, and yet they'll come and tell us that, oh, Nigerian youths or Nigerian citizens are giving Nigeria a bad image on the international scene. This is coming at a time when all eyes seem to be on Nigeria, especially with the security or insecurity situation that is going on in the country at the moment. Now, with everything that happened earlier today at the Wadata Plaza, the newly elected and also factional national chairman of the PDP, Turaki, has called on the United States President Donald Trump to come and save democracy in Nigeria. In his words, he says, come and Donald Trump, is not only insecurity that we are experiencing in this country. We need you to come and try to save Nigeria's democracy. Now, he was talking after the situation that actually happened with the PDP factions earlier today at the Wadata Plaza. A very crazy situation to many Nigerians who are saying this is not something that should be happening at this time in Nigeria's democracy. Does it mean that a party cannot have internal crisis without it degenerating to fisticuffs, without it degenerating to such violence to the extent where they will be throwing blows? From the reports we're getting, Wike did not come out of his vehicle for over 30 minutes. In fact, until the police started throwing tear gas to disperse those who were involved in the altercation. Now, according to Turaki, he actually spoke to journalists at the PDP headquarters in Abuja today. This was after there was tension at the party headquarters over attempts by the two warring factions to hold parallel meetings. Now, these two factions had actually declared that they'll be holding meetings at that venue today. One faction fixed their meeting for 8 a.m. and then another faction fixed their meeting for 11 a.m. Now, Nigerians are saying this people knew that they were fixing meetings for the same day. In the interest of peace, how come one faction could not move their meeting to another day so that one faction can have their meeting today while another faction has their own meeting tomorrow, in order to prevent a breakdown of law and order like we saw happened at the Wadata Plaza earlier today? The faction led by Wike, that's the FCT minister, had clashed with Turaki's faction at the party secretariat. Now, the new National Working Committee, which was elected at the convention in Ibadan, Oyo State, and the faction backed by Wike had fixed separate meeting for today. We've been talking about this since yesterday to see what will happen when this meeting goes underway today, and we've seen what happened. There was a fight that broke out at the PDP secretariat. The Wike faction was reportedly chased out of the premises, but there is a video actually of someone from the Wike faction trying to stare down, or could we say intimidate, Tinubu Turaki, who is the newly elected, again, factional chairman of the PDP, right? While Turaki was talking to journalists, he accused a certain minister, some Nigerians are saying is Wike, he's talking about, saying that he's leading thugs with active connivance and support of the police to create mayhem at the party secretariat. Now, of course, I want you to take my word for it, but also I want you to also hear from the horse's mouth, that figurative horse's mouth. I want you to hear from Tinubu Turaki what he said at the PDP headquarters in the PDP secretariat at the Wadata Plaza when he was addressing journalists after the whole altercation that took place earlier today. He was calling on US President Donald Trump, saying it is not just genocide, the alleged genocide against Nigerian Christians that is at stake, but that Donald Trump should come and save democracy in Nigeria. Let's take a listen to him actually.
I want to call on President Trump. What is at stake is not just genocide against Nigerian Christians. He should come and save democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is under threat. I'm calling on all other developed nations, all advanced democracies, come and save Nigeria, come and save democracy. Because I cannot understand how a serving minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be leading thugs, armed thugs, and then with the active connivance and support of the police to come and create mayhem here. I have said it, we are willing to lay down our lives to protect our office, to protect our democracy, to protect our mandate. So Nigerians, you are watching what is happening. International community, you are seeing the threat that Nigerian democracy is. Come and save us. Come and save us. I want to call on President Trump. What is at stake is not just genocide against Nigerian Christians. He should come and save democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is under threat. I'm calling on all other developed nations, all advanced democracies, come and save Nigeria, come and save democracy. Because I cannot understand how a serving minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be leading thugs, armed thugs, and then with the active connivance and support of the police to come and create mayhem here. I have said it, we are willing to lay down our lives to protect our office, to protect our democracy, to protect our mandate. So Nigerians, you are watching what is happening. International community, you are seeing the threat that Nigerian democracy is. Come and save us. Come and save us.
All right, that is the newly elected national chairman, or rather that's the voice of the newly elected national chairman of the PDP, also factional chairman if you factor in the what seems to be the balkanization of the PDP that is currently going on. I have sitting right across from me Mr. Joseph Folorenshaw to actually try to make sense of these situations. In the meantime, this is not the only conversation we'll be having this evening. Another conversation we'll be having this evening is the revelation that the National Conscience Party, that's the NCP, and the African Democratic Congress, that's the ADC, have formed an electoral alliance, like an electoral coalition, with the goal of challenging President Bola Tinubu's administration ahead of 2027. There was a press briefing yesterday evening. The NCP Lagos State Chairman, Chief Fatai Ibuowo, alongside ADC National Secretary and former Interior Minister Rauf Aregbesola, as well as other party officials, cautioned that Nigeria is increasingly descending into crisis under the APC government. So we have another party joining the ADC to form a bigger, wider, a much stronger coalition to unseat the APC and President Bola Tinubu's administration ahead of 2027. We'll actually be talking to the former presidential candidate of the National Conscience Party, NCP, that's Chief Martin Onovo. We've been trying to get across to him. So this was supposed to be our first conversation. We've been trying to get across to Chief Martin Onovo. Once we get across to him, the conversation continues. But in the meantime, let's talk about what happened at the PDP Secretariat today. Mr. Joseph Olorunso, I do appreciate you for joining me this evening. I know it was impromptu, but thank you. Nigerians are saying it is unfortunate that sometimes when you hear of altercations involving a politician, that Wike's name will be there. Although, with all the videos that we saw, you could see that he tried not to be directly involved in that confrontation. But I'm going to play an excerpt from a video that is actually making the rounds, because a lot of videos came from the PDP Secretariat at the Wadata Plaza in Abuja today. And you can hear, this is one of Wike's loyalists who was trying to talk down the newly elected chairman, Tamino Turaki, asking him, who are you? What are you doing here? And who do you think you are?
Inside the meeting hall to come outside, and they have taken over the meeting environment. That is the new elected chairman, Tinubu Bala.
Why are you chasing people away? Why are you saying that? Why are you chasing people away? Where? Yes, wait. Identify yourself. You get to know I welcome you. We are all party members. I welcome you fully. If you don't belong to us, you leave us. Baba, if you don't belong to us,
All right, then that's just an excerpt from a particular video of the altercation that took place earlier today at the PDP Secretariat in Abuja. It is not a funny situation at all. Mr. Joseph Olorunso, I'd like you to wade into this issue. How come it seems sometimes when there is a fracas, when there is an altercation, Wike's name is mentioned? Was it not last week he had that face-off with the naval officer, Lieutenant Colonel Yerima? And over the weekend, we're hearing that there was an assassination attempt on that particular naval officer. That has been debunked by the FCT police. But Wike's name, many Nigerians are saying, is almost becoming synonymous with altercation, with quarrel. Or can we say this particular one was not his fault?
Well, Choma, thank you very much for having me. It is a bit very, very unfortunate that we are discussing this kind of situation. Wike have decided he's a politician, he's a comedian, because he's equally a musician.
Is a comedian.
Yeah, he's a musician.
Did he tell you he's a comedian?
You see him by, it's not late, but there's some way, if you go to the internet, you see a lot of the way Wike address a lot. In fact, he even have a band. He's a musician. That is because you never, maybe when you want to do your next birthday ceremony celebration, we have to hire his band, and you know that the way we are doing, the way we handle issue here is as if to some extent we are not willing to judge the civilized nation. Choma, is unfortunate that we are having this kind of conversation. If it is another country, Choma, within what happened weekend down to today, Choma, as I'm talking to you, Nigeria, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a serving general who was at the front trying to protect the sovereignty of this country was killed by some elements. You don't see it as in a thing of concern. We are talking of a general in army, that is General M. Uba, has been killed over, according to them, as the excess of 25 students at government comprehensive school, Kebi, that's in Maga, has been kidnapped. Hope you know that, Choma.
Yes, do you see about it?
Do you see us as if that is an issue? If it is some other country that we need to copy, I don't think whether the PDP will be having that meeting today. Would there be a time for money, a time for everybody concerned? Those police that were there doing all those, why can't they take them to KB? Why can't they add them to the military guy that we are there to protect the sovereignty of Nigeria, that a whole general has been killed, and you just see that we just look at it that it is normal. And we are looking at PDP. PDP, they have 16 years to actually put this country in the best position so far. They mess it up. And today, look at these are adults. Choma, these are adults. These are some of them my grandfather. Someone is calling the PDP, one of the factional chairman is calling Donald Trump to come and help. Donald Trump is busy signing investment. Is busy with how do you call the king of Saudi. They want to have a transaction that will be of benefit to United States of America. You think Donald Trump will be having time to, when adult cannot sit down and say, okay, the beauty of life is when crisis come, you sit down and iron things out. And you are calling Donald Trump. Donald Trump is very busy. Just like the way we do call God. Something that we can handle, we'll be calling God. So whether Wike, whether Bala Mohammed, the governor of KB, and host of all of them, I think even including me, including everybody, I think we just disappoint this nation. Choma, I was thinking that what should be everywhere, what they will be discussing everywhere now is how do we get some of those, the family, the mother, the father of those girls that have been kidnapped, they cannot sleep today. They will not be able to sleep. The children and the husband or the brother or sister of the General Emuba, they will not sleep today. Look at if they have opportunity to look at the screen, they know, oh, our brother has been killed. See what they are doing in Abuja at PDP secretariat. Our daughter has been kidnapped. Children that go to school so that tomorrow they become leaders of this, that will help to salvage challenges in this nation, have been kidnapped by some element. What you see is security agency have the time. Adult father, grandfather have the time. The only thing they are doing is something that will not add anything to how this country will move forward for you to not be calling Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he has said it from beginning. America, America, America. Have you ever seen him say Nigeria? The only time that they mention Nigeria that they tweet, and he's calling us now, he's a now the grace nation. Are we not confirming what he's saying now? Choma? Are we not confirming what Donald Trump, the way Donald Trump have called up? People say, why is this calling us some of those unprinted names? If you watch that, some people say in some places politicians used to fight. If you see people that are only doing wrong, do you need to copy wrong thing? So Choma is a bit unfortunate, very unfortunate, that our brothers and sisters across the world, when they are seeing that every country want to see how they can make life better for the citizen. The only thing that some of our people are doing is comedy, serious comedy. As for me, I think the PDP should be able to sort themselves out. Whether Wike, whether all of them, they should be able to sort them out. This is party matter. So that's what I was saying. I'm completely I'm ashamed. I'm completely ashamed that this is what we are discussing. Where other countries want to take over, they want to enter moon, they want to enter sun. What we are discussing, just for us to small thing party issue, they cannot settle it. Then there is a big problem.
Well, we're talking about it because, like you said, there is a big problem. So we're looking at it with a view to finding a solution. A lot of Nigerians
we can't find a solution.
Of Nigerians have said it's time for the president to call Wike to order, especially as they're saying, oh, his name is becoming synonymous with altercations and quarrel. It's almost as if anytime you get to hear about him or get to get anybody talking about him, he's always in connection with one fracas or one quarrel or one fight or the other. We're expecting that by tomorrow he will be talking about this situation and let us know his own perspective on what is happening. But we're also looking at the helplessness of some of the actors involved in this particular situation. When the national chairman of PDP used to be one of the biggest political parties, not just in Nigeria but in Africa. This was a party that the guy is helpless. Who tell you that he's helpless? To be calling on the US president to come and help save Nigeria's US
president no get his time. Donald Trump will just see if Donald Trump is able to see that, he will just in fact he can even send them to go and arrest him. Why is he abusing? Why is he putting his name on all this kind of shameful thing? Why did he not? Maybe he would have called God now or call Putin. call the president of France. These are adult. That man is old enough to become president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. How many years Donald Trump go take senior? Donald Trump go use 100 years senior.
Well, he's the president of the U.S. and
Nigeria
has been under his radar for a while.
Nigeria is not. So Nigeria is not. Now we put ourselves under his radar.
What the man is trying to say is insecurity is not the only thing bedeviling us in Nigeria, but that Nigeria's democracy is under threat and no trouble. But
I know it's exactly involved. If they want to arrest people that are involved, if they want to arrest people that are putting our democracy under threat, it will be more people to be arrested too. Let them first of all pick him and pick others. So what I would say, the president of America has said it from the beginning: America, America, America. And you are telling us that you should be calling it. It will not even blink. I said today, Choma, Donald Trump is having a meeting with King of Saudi on how they can sit down and for them to do business together. So they will not be putting mouth on where we just adult, we just sit down without us thinking that we have an issue. Let's see how we resolve it. And you are calling Donald Trump. The man have that man make a statement of a Nigeria general that is there to protect the sovereignty of this nation that have been killed by some nonsense element, by some criminals. Has he make a comment that over 25 girls that we sent to their parents, send them to school to go and learn, to go and study, so that they become a better person tomorrow? That they have been kidnapped. They are in the hand of some kidnappers. Okay, look at the number of security that are there. Why can't they send those security to where the action is actually needed? Just because this one is good, there will be an exchange of some money. Every one of them there is just for their own personal interest, not for national interest. Every one of them, whether the side of Wike, the side of the fashionable chairman, is not for the benefit of Nigeria.
You know, the situation degenerated to the point where the police had to fire tear gas to disperse the people who were at the center of the storm. Wike was surrounded by heavy security, and yet he remained in his vehicle throughout, even after he entered the premises. You know, he did not come out. You know what you say, they talk, say, they for inside video where they push somebody or they quarrel with somebody. But this tension has been building for a long time, even before this whole tear gas, even before this whole altercation is happening. The faction loyal to Wike, led by Abdulrahman Mohammed, had fixed their own board of trustees meeting and national executive committee meeting for 11 a.m. and 2 a.m. respectively at that venue. Almost immediately, Turaki-led National Working Committee scheduled their own meeting for 10 a.m. right? When one faction sees that the other faction has scheduled a meeting for that venue, as much as they feel that they are also the owners of the party, in the interest of peace, in the interest of security, in the interest of the party, how come one faction could not shift their own meeting to another day?
One faction is not supposed to shift their meeting. If we have serious security agencies that know that they need to protect life and property, the police should have intelligence unit that will know that this kind of thing can happen. And they put a call to the two parties. For the sake of peace, because we don't have personnel to come and follow this kind of a bit shameful something, call the two parties and say, okay, do you know what? This for now, the secretariat of you people should go and rent, go to any of the hotel and go and have your meeting for the sake of peace. But you see the security agency following them to that very place, then they now started throwing checker. Do you see this kind of thing happen in other civilized countries? And that is the reason, you know, when the purpose of things is unknown, abuse is inevitable. For me, especially police have continued many times, they have been failing this country. They have been failing this country. Children have been kidnapped. You would have told them, hey, PDP come, the two faction. Let me ask them to come to force headquarters or go to FCT CP office and tell them, please, for we are having serious security challenge, whether in Abuja or nationwide. We cannot afford to jeopardize the peace in this nation. For the sake of peace, can two of you, the two factions, share your meeting? Maybe postpone it, or you okay? You have a meeting today, then you next week come and have your meeting. So, Choma, some of the challenge that we have, these are avoidable problem. It's just as if we enjoy engaging in some crisis that will not benefit anybody.
It's actually a very, very, very unfortunate scenario. But if we're looking at the PDP as an opposition party, this factionalization, this
The PDP still exists.
infighting. Okay, to you, there is no more PDP.
No, it's for me, PDP.
You know, the question I asked my analysts on the news at 6 p.m. was, there was a time when the PDP literally broke down the middle and we saw another party emerge from that party which called themselves the NPDP. Are we going to see that happening again this time around? Because Nigerians have been saying, and even people within the PDP, Chief Bodejo and others have been saying, Wike is the problem. He needs to be expelled. They've expelled him, but he has refused to go. His own faction has turned around and expelled the people who expelled him. So it's now a gale of expulsion. You expel me, I expel you. You fix meeting, I fix meeting. You call board of trustees, I call board of trustees. While the factional national chairman of the party, Tinubu, was talking right here in this video, you can see him being flagged by Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed. They are standing behind him, nodding in time to what he's saying. That is to say that they agree with him. One faction has their own board of trustees, they have their national working committee, they have their national executive committee. Which one is the real PDP? If Nigerians want to follow PDP, if anybody wants to go and take the party ticket, or anyone wants to go and take membership ticket of the PDP now, where will they go? How, with this balkanization, with this factionalization, with this infighting, with this internal crisis?
Choma, what I will advise is Nigeria, if you don't have your PVC, go and collect your PVC and ensure that your vote counts. By 2027, some of these parties that are not, that is as if they are isolated from the challenges of Nigeria, then we just have to pass a message at the polling booth. So that's what because for us discussing PDP, you just a house that cannot just sit down and say, okay, Oga, you benefit from PDP. Some of them are governor for 8 years, 4 years for under PDP as a banner in PDP part as a governor when they were in PDP. These are the same people that now go ahead to start destroying the party that give them opportunity to become a governor. So if you can see people that can engage in such acts, then what are they going to do? If tomorrow now you will be surprised, the same individual will come and say they want to campaign to some of us. Oh, now that I have seen the road, come to BC party, come to DD party, come, and you will be and some of us will be following them. Instead of Nigeria to see them, because for example, they know that politically we are not sophisticated, and that's why they can do some of all these things. Because if we are sophisticated, everybody would have been say, okay, let us be watching their drama. And by God's grace, God spare our life, and we don't know how many number of people they will still kill. Because if they can kill a general, then it means every one of us, anything can happen. So we are just living by the grace of God. Nigeria, we should sit down and say, okay, let us ensure that some of these things that is taking us back, let us find a way to stop it. In our polling, in any time that we have opportunity to cast our vote, and how we can do that, what we call delayed gratification. And some people will say, okay, if they give you money, collect it and vote your conscience. What of a person that doesn't have conscience? Or the conscience is like neither left or right. But we need people that have conscience, who will know, who will understand that if at all you haven't traveled abroad, you have been seeing things what other countries are doing. And that's what I think in Nigeria if we cannot do better than them, we should be able to do something close to what they are doing. So that, and this is happening in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria. You are seeing this kind of thing. So, and tomorrow you go see breaking news. For me, I won't allow anybody, if as an editor, I said, don't produce some breaking news, except you want to say, okay, breaking news for people that are just messing up themselves. These people will have younger brother or sister, or people that will look onto them and say, okay, I'm looking for a person that I will look at as a mentor. Look at the kind of thing that they are doing there.
It's quite an unfortunate scenario. Earlier in the year, President Tinubu granted an interview where he was talking about his ministers, says he's happy with all of them. They are all performing. And in a recent interview with Ruben Abati, he was asked about Wike being the most controversial minister in his cabinet. And I want us to actually take a listen to the response that the president gave. Because when Nigerians are saying, oh, Wike's name is becoming synonymous with quarrel, with fight, anywhere you you hear Wike, the next thing you hear about is crisis, and they're saying the president should call him to order. Based on this response, what does that tell you on what the president's disposition towards this his particular minister of the FCT is? Let's take a listen.
You were asking that we should show you the example of one minister. Take Minister Nyesom Wike of the Federal Capital Territory. He is the most controversial minister in your cabinet. And in recent times, Nigerians have been crying out that he's grabbing land, he's demolishing buildings, he's acting beyond his powers. Are you concerned that Nyesom Wike could become a political liability for you?
He's a good man. Nyesom Wike is a performing minister. Nigeria lacks compliance, period. We don't pay our ground rent on time. We don't calendarize things to do. We see compliance as inconveniences. I doff my hat for him.
But the cabinet.
All right, President Tinubu says he doffs his hat for the FCT minister. He's a performing minister. In fact, as far as the president is concerned, the man is perfect and nothing do him. I don't know if you also recall Mr. Joseph Folorunsho, you know, when the president, like I told you earlier, was talking about how all of his ministers are, you know, performing and how he's very happy with them. And there was a time when he also said he's happy that there's confusion in the camp of the opposition, and that will continue to happen. With what you've heard from the president, does that mean that he sanctions everything Wike does? Every of his action is sanctioned by the president, and that is why we have never heard the president come out to caution him or to say, no, don't act this way, you are giving a bad name to my administration, you're putting a stain on us, this is not the way to act. Even with the altercation with the naval officer, with all the allegations of land grabbing in the FCT, with the issue with one may not even really expect the president to wade into Wike's issue with the PDP, as that is a party matter. As much as he's working with the APC administration, the president belongs to one party while Wike is in the opposition. But with what the president has said, that he does his hat for Wike, he's a performing minister, which does that mean that whatever Wike is doing is sanctioned by the president?
Well, for me, I think if you have opportunity, which I know many of our program here, and you listen to some Nigeria will say Wike is a performing minister. Choma, did I lie? A lot of Nigerians say if you go to Abuja now, Wike is a performing minister, because they are basing their performance on infrastructure. But for me, as a student of behavior modification, when talk of character-wise, behavior-wise, then which I don't know, you will say that Wike is a performer. So infrastructure,
performer.
That is the opinion of the president, based on information available to him. But for me, from what I've been seeing Wike doing, and which everybody is entitled to his opinion. And again, the president gave him a job. So maybe it's depending on there's what we call job analysis. Depending on the assignment that they give to him, maybe he's performing. But for me, I would say that Wike is a funny individual. And when you talk of character-wise, even in Rivers, they call him Mr. Project then. You understand, which everybody say he performed very well as a governor of Rivers State. And but when you not talk of character, when you talk of behavior, it become a different thing entirely. And that's the reason when you go to some school, the certificate will say, okay, this person in terms of character and what, in terms of in based on education and character, this person have so and so great. Then again, there are some schools that will be very, very bold. They say in academic is an excellent, but in character we don't have comment. For me, if you talk of behavior, if you talk of character, on the side of Wike, for me, I don't have comment. You understand? And I want to leave it as I don't have comment. But what I'm saying, let us sit down and have examining ourselves. What do we actually want? Because Wike know his audience. He know his audience, and that's why I said this is a governor, now a minister that like he has a band. He want to be like how do you call them, King Sunny Ade, because anytime you want to do any project, you see a lot of different. This musician will be giving us a lot of coming out with a lot of song. He will dance more, then maybe crack joke, then dance again, then we'll clap for him. He's a performing minister as far as maybe the president and other people are concerned. But for me, he's performing based on, say, according to them, that he's doing project in Abuja. But character and behavior wise, I reserve my comment.
All right, then. You're currently tuned into the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm your host for today. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm sitting in for Esther Onwachuku, who is currently on leave. There is no problem. Esther is hale and healthy, but she's taking a much needed rest. You know what they say, all work and no play makes Esther a dogger. Well, let's actually move on in the conversation. We've been trying to get through to Chief Martin Onovo, who is the former presidential candidate of the National Conscience Party. He was supposed to join us for this conversation. We've been trying to get through to him all evening, but now I must have given him at least 50 missed calls, Mr. Joseph, but unfortunately we've been unable to get through to him. We're still hoping that he will join the conversation, but still, let's get into the second topic. Now, there are reports that the ADC and the National Conscience Party, which Chief Martin Onovo was a presidential candidate of a few years ago, have formed an alliance and they have vowed to end the rule of the APC in 2027. The National Conscience Party and the African Democratic Congress, that's the ADC coalition, have formed an electoral alliance with the goal of challenging President Bola Tinubu's administration. Speaking at a press briefing on Monday evening, NCP Lagos State Chairman Chief Fatai Ibuowo, alongside ADC National Secretary and former Interior Minister Rauf Aregbesola, as well as other party officials, cautioned that Nigeria is increasingly descending into crisis under the APC government. Now, this ADC-NCP alliance is like a new alliance, a new coalition. The National Conscience Party, if you remember, was actually formed by late Chief Gani Fawehinmi, right? And this is a party that has been in the Nigerian political sphere for a while. They may not be so popular amongst many Nigerians at the moment. They may not be so popular amongst young Nigerians who just recently became politically conscious, right? But this party has now joined the ADC coalition. So there is a new coalition on the block. There is a new coalition on the block. And what we know about the National Conscience Party since it was formed in 1994 is that it is a party with a nationalist outlook, right? It was formed in 1994. So, Mr. Joseph, I want to hear your thoughts on this new coalition that has actually been formed, this new alliance that is aiming to unseat the APC in 2027. Right now, political analysts and political enthusiasts are saying that the APC, that is the ruling party, has made inroads into most of the opposition parties we have in the country right now, and they've been able to destabilize the party. Take the issue with the Labour Party. Even the ADC has factions, the Labour Party has factions. We've been talking about the PDP crisis, the SDP. Many Nigerians just know the name of the party. They don't even know the party's presidential candidate. They don't even know what the party stands for. They don't even know the party logo. There is no gainsaying the fact that it is the APC, the PDP, the ADC, and the Labour Party that are the most recognizable political parties in Nigeria at the moment. The National Conscience Party, yes, it has a big name behind it, but that was before, not now. How exactly will this coalition bolster or boost the chances of the ADC ahead of 2027, especially since some stalwarts, some political heavyweights have not fully joined the ADC? Peter Obi has not declared for the ADC. Last we heard from him, he said he still remains a bona fide member of the Labour Party. El-Rufai as well is no longer a member of the APC, but he has not fully declared for the ADC. And the ADC gave them an ultimatum saying, after the Anambra elections, we want to hear from you on where you truly stand. So let's look at how this National Conscience Party coalition or alliance with the ADC can actually boost the chances of the ADC coalition in 2027.
Well, boosting the chances, let's see what will happen between now and 2027, because there are so many individuals there that the ADC should be a connected flight, either back to where they are coming from or back to a place that they never tell us. Then the coming together of NCP, let's equally watch too, because you may be surprised that tomorrow, whether some people in ADC, some people in NCP, if what they are looking for, they are not able to get it, they will carry their bag and back to other PDP or back to APC that might have promised them. Then just some time again, some of them are molded in some of these other parties They are just there. That they are still with their old party or political platform. A time is coming, you see that maybe very close to the election, someone will just come out and say that I think I'm back home. So for me, it's still like thank God we call them political platform, not political party. Because if you look at America, you are talking about we do mention Republican Party and Democrat in America. But if you look at just some other parties in America, what they do is some parties just critique the government. They are not looking forward to say they want to be in, maybe they want to be president of the United States of America or some other country too. But here, Choma, in Nigeria, everybody want to be president. Everybody want to be maybe governor. And secondly, some of these guys, they don't have a second address. If they are a party that they are living now, or they have do away with, if they offer them something tomorrow, you see that they are back. And that is the reason in some individual, they will say A today. In the evening, they will make 360 degree, contrary to what they said their position before. Because, here we respect at themselves very well. Where some people get something, they don't want to rock the boat. So for me, let's watch and see. Because when they finish what they are doing, they need to equally let INEC know. They will not know the position of INEC. It is INEC that will not say, okay, these two parties are now one. Because you may be surprised tomorrow you hear that one of the members have gone to court and say he will not carry along before the merger. That become another crisis entirely.
I would have really loved to ask Chief Martin Onovo, these questions. We keep trying to reach him, but unfortunately, as of this moment, he's still unreachable. There is a breaking development. I don't know if I should call this good news, but the truth is that it will not be good news until all our girls are safely rescued. And after they are rescued, they would actually need to undergo psychological and mental evaluation and therapy because of the harrowing experience they must have had in the hands of these terrorists. There is a new development that 2 school girls from Kebbi, that were abducted from Kebbi State, have escaped from
not be so we rescued them, they escaped.
They've escaped from the terrorist camp. A schoolgirl abducted alongside 24 others from a dorm in Kebbi has escaped, according to Musa Rabi Magaji, who is the principal of Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, Maga. Now, Principal Magaji told journalists today that the student returned home late on Monday as after bandits invaded the school. He said another student managed to flee during the raid before the gunmen seized the others. He said they are safe and sound. We do know that bandits attacked the school just before dawn on Monday. They scaled the perimeter fence to gain entry, according to the police. The attackers exchanged gunfire with police officers before abducting the girls and killing Hazan Yakubu Makuku, who was the vice principal of the school. The school is located close to flashpoints of banditry and terrorism in Zamfara and Sokoto, where several gangs of terrorists have maintained hideouts. A video shows the 2 escaped girls sitting quietly among relatives and villagers with their heads covered in hijabs. Security forces and local hunters have intensified search operations across nearby forests, according to security officials. Teams have also been deployed along major routes leading out of the area. Now, this is something that is recurrent whenever we hear of banditry and abductions. As a journalist, you try not to get in your feelings when you're talking about these things, but it is very painful because I can imagine myself or my younger sisters or my siblings, my cousins, being a part of the people who are in these terrorist hideouts. How do we ensure, or how do we know that all of them will safely be rescued and that there will be no propaganda in this? 2 girls have escaped. Like you said, not rescued. They escaped. Maybe if the principal did not quickly come and tell us that, they escaped, we might have been hearing that they were rescued by security officials.
The issue there is, Choma, again, it just show you a value for life here in Nigeria. And I didn't see the Kebbi state governor, at least, maybe I did not watch it, for him to address the people of Kebbi, by implication address Nigeria and say, okay, this is what we are doing. Or the commissioner of police, Kebbi, will not say, okay, let him address. The governor
has actually spoken, and unfortunately, it's not funny, right? So I'm looking for the best way to put it. Would say funny enough, but unfunnily enough, we're getting reports now that the governor got reports, got intel that this attack was going to happen. He alerted the DSS, or the DSS alerted the governor alerted the military and told them to mount checkpoints. They actually do have checkpoints. There is a checkpoint 1 kilometer from the school, another one about 6 kilometers closer to Zamfara State, around the school, right? They told the military officers to be aware that terrorists are planning an attack. The military officers reportedly went to the school. You know, they had drills with the girls like, oh, if you hear bandits, if you hear terrorists, if you hear gunshots, this is what you should do, this is how you should run, this is how you should save yourself. And that the military left just 30 minutes before that attack happened. Just 30 minutes. That is, if they had spent 1 more hour in that school, those 25 girls may not have been abducted.
Choma, I think, excuse me for saying this, I think it is time for us to respect the military. This job is not the job of the military. We have overstretched our military and they are doing very, very well. It's as if they give you a particular job, you are not doing it, and you are not calling another person to do it, and you are not like punishing that person. That job is the job of Nigeria police, Choma. According to our constitution, the police are in charge of our internal security. Every day we bring the military, they should be helping us. I think it is better we actually put the record straight and say, okay, let us now be adding the salary of police to that of the military, because the military is supposed to be having out to protect the sovereignty of this country. Assuming it is Ghana, assuming it is Cameroon that we are having issue, we should be calling the military. And it is unfortunate for us to say that it is military that we are available to address those students, that in case of anything. Are you telling me the commissioner of police, KB, is not aware of that? Or there's no the intelligence unit of commissioner of police command, KB, is not, when they were aware of that, what did they do? So why should we be like every day we are bringing the military as if they are not doing anything? Some of these challenges that we have, just because we decide to leave police out of it, then we now started calling our wonderful and great military every day, whether they are Navy, whether they are Air Force or soldier.
Meanwhile, Mr. Joseph, we see our police personnel being attached to politicians. We see them following. Is it
not police that follow the Abuja's PDP secretary?
We see them following Nigerian big men.
Where they're supposed to go, they will not go there. So why can't we just leave the military? Choma, for you telling me that military is an aberration. It is police that's supposed to be there. When they let the commissioner of police, KB, make a pronouncement that, oh, we are not aware of this. Then if they are not aware, I will not ask them, what are you now doing as a commissioner of police?
You know, the Senate is actually urging President Tinubu that 100,000 new military personnel should be recruited. That's, we need 100,000 more people in the Nigerian military. And the question I'm asking is this: with what we are seeing, the Brigadier General was literally murdered yesterday by ISWAP terrorists. Which Nigerian will want to join the military to serve our fatherland with joy and strength and faith? Okay, we know they sing that one again.
Which one? I don't even the national anthem. I don't even know. Nigeria sometimes Nigeria will just be.
So 100,000. Where do we get this 100,000 people? Do we get them from the current crop of Nigerians who are not happy with the current administration? Do we get them from the current crop of Nigerians who are not happy with the insecurity? Or do we want to go and get this 100,000 military people? Will they be mercenaries, or will get them from these same Nigerians? I mean, maybe the NYC people and coppers will go recruit for there. Or if you're a male over the age of maybe 30, 35, 20 something, you go them and dated like South Korea. Take they do their own. Say, okay, if you know say you dey strong as man, make you come. Are we slowly getting to that point where we say we go?
Choma, yes, I agree that we need to increase the number of police personnel.
Not military.
Okay,
so we need 100,000.
We need to increase the number of police personnel, but the number of personnel is not actually the issue there. The issue we are having is we are yet to agree that this insecurity is a challenge. We never agree. We are looking at it that it's a business. You understand? Because this number of police of excess of 300,000 police that we still have, if we are serious as a nation, attack logistic involved in crime. This guy they eat, okay, they use bike to that very place, right, Choma? Who supplied them those bike? Who helped them to buy fuel? Who serviced those bike? So just a lot of questions that we need to continue to ask. But as I said again, by now we would have feel it that, oh, we have failed this young lady and they be kidnapped. That every one of us have failed them. But you are not seeing it. We just go on with our business. We just go on with our business as if it's not an issue. And you are not just someone who come and say, want to call Donald Trump, want to call King Charles the third, I mean, which I would King Charles, want to call Putin, want to call people to come and help us. What are you doing to help yourself? Tomorrow then you come and say, we are a sovereign country, we are a sovereign state. Sovereign state, prove to us that we are sovereign. How many are those Israel? How many are those? The other day there was a video that the two guys, Boko Haram and Israel group, and they were fighting in the water. All of us were watching the video. Can't some of our people, even up now that two enemies are fighting, enough for you to help to take the two of them at once and quickly, okay, thank God they are in the same place. Let's just quickly dirty the water for them. So for me, there are a lot of questions we continue to ask. Maybe a day is coming that we will mature and now say, okay, we now recognize that these people that are dying is not that tomorrow we have a place that will go and start to photocopy their life back.
You know, it's actually a very, very, very sad situation because life has no duplicate. Once the soul...
No, for Nigeria, it's possible that life has duplicate too. It's possible. Mr. You may be surprised tomorrow we now say that we are photocopying this life back because if life doesn't have duplicate in Nigeria, every one of us would have seen it.
You know, is there a way that these two girls who actually escaped, because although it was in the night, they were able to find their way back to the school, but should we expect that they will be able to direct Nigerian security forces on the routes that those...
They are not, Choma, they are not. They know where they are. They know where they are. At least one time Zamfara state governor said this guy will know where they are. Are you telling me that the commissioner of police, KB, the governor, will not think of what to do? If we agree that this is an issue, for me, I think it's like turn by turn, the way the kidnapping is. Since Jonathan was Chibok girl, right? Under former president, late President Buhari, it was Dapti. Now, this one is what? Maga. Right? So it's like turn by turn. We show that if we sit down very well, we know what is going on, we know what is happening. Choma, why is it that the same police, look at what is going on in Lagos State? It's as if let's find a way to donate police commissioner for Lagos every time, because Lagos is only lucky to have a commissioner of police who will sit down and say, okay, I think I need to protect the state. All
right then, Mr. Joseph, we need to go on a very short break, and when we return, the conversation continues. You are currently tuned into the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Stay tuned.
Customer, welcome. What you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Quarter fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get am. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J quarter fuse and distribution board, Nipo quarter fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry, I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover quarter fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo quarter fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm your host for today. I'm currently sitting in for Esther Nwachuku, who is on leave. Like I said, there is no problem. Esther just went to take a much needed rest and she will be with us in the matter of a few days. In the meantime, bear with me. Let's have important, pertinent conversations right here on the Evening Rush on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I've been having a conversation with my guest, Mr. Joseph Olorunso, who's been giving us his own perspective on the issues. We've talked about 3 different issues this evening, actually. First up is the ongoing PDP crisis between the Wike faction and the Makinde faction. Then there is also the new alliance between the National Conscience Party and the African Democratic Congress. On that note, we've been trying to get through to Chief Martin Onovo, who was a former presidential candidate of the National Conscience Party. That party was formed by late Chief Gani Fawemi, and we want to know what is really going on with the party, what this alliance is about, and what Nigerians should expect from this new alliance ahead of 2027. They say they want to dislodge the APC, but is this new alliance ready to actually withstand the APC? We've seen the way the PDP is going. Some Nigerians and political analysts believe the hand of the ruling party is in it. We've seen what's happening with the Labour Party, the factionalization, and how they seem to be losing the presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Peter Obi, who seems to have one leg in the party and one leg out. Also, the ADC is as much as it seems to be the beautiful bride at the moment, what we're also seeing is that party is also kind of factionalized. Some people say, oh, before this coalition, before the adoption of this party, before David Mark came and took over, they were not informed, and so they do not support the coalition. So with all of this, how is this new alliance, how are they ready, are they willing to withstand the APC in 2027? That's what we've been talking about on the Evening Rush. Very, very soon the phone lines will be open so that you can also join the conversation right here on the Evening Rush. I definitely want to hear from you. When the time is right, I'll let you know the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation. In the meantime, we're trying so hard to get through to Chief Martin Onovo. So can we get through to him now? Oh, all right then. So very soon you will hear the voice of Chief Martin Onovo. So that we can actually have a conversation with him regarding the alliance between the National Conscience Party and the African Democratic Congress. Hopefully very, very shortly you will hear his voice. In the meantime, Mr. Joseph, with everything we've been talking about, all right then, we have Chief Martin Onovo on the line. Good evening to you, sir, and thank you for joining us today.
Good evening.
How are you doing, sir? We've been trying to reach you for a while. I'm so happy we're able to hear from you.
Well, I'm glad I'm here now. I ran into some distractions.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you. Let's get right down to business. There is a report, right, that the National Conscience Party, you were a presidential candidate of that party at one time, and the National Conscience Party and the African Democratic Congress have formed an electoral alliance, and the goal is to challenge President Bola Tinubu's administration to phase out the APC ahead of 2027. I want to hear from you on this particular issue.
Well, many alliance talks are ongoing, and to defeat the APC, you're going to require a very strong alliance. And just like some people are saying that 2027 is APC versus Nigerians, what it means is that Nigerians need to be on one side. Otherwise, if the Nigerians go and divide themselves into 20 different groups, then the APC may have an upper hand. That's clear to everybody.
That the APC, but that's why I'm asking you, with this new alliance, will the APC still have an upper hand? I've been asking the question about, we've seen how the opposition parties, which stood like they could actually withstand the APC, they are currently going through crisis. I don't know if you've seen the videos of what happened at the PDP Wadata Plaza, the national party.
Well, they're not going through crisis in the true sense of the word. This is all instigated now, sponsored by government. Is it a secret? It's not a secret. This is all instigated and sponsored by government. Which crisis? from when the government said it was revoking the or sealing of PDP secretariat to the court orders in Abuja to the fight today. This is all government instigated now. It's clear now. It's very clear.
So what's happening in the PDP is government instigated. What's happening?
Not just in the. It's clear. It's clear. It's clear. Investigate it yourself and make your own conclusion. It's clear. It's very clear. Who did you see Abure with? You didn't see the pictures of Abure and Wike. It's clear now. Please. It's very clear. Wike is an APC man in PDP clothing. It's that simple. He's an APC man in PDP clothing. I don't want to talk about that because I'm not a member of PDP. But it's clear. Everybody knows. Journalists know. Politicians know. Everybody knows.
All right, Chief. Let's actually focus on these alliance, right? What exactly did the ADC see in the NCP, or did the NCP see in the ADC? Does this mean that the NCP is seeing the ADC as a formidable opposition? And for a while now, many Nigerians are not exactly, especially young Nigerians who have just come into a political consciousness, may not really know about the National Conscience Party. So what exactly is the advantage of these alliance to Nigerians and to both parties?
Sometimes it is very difficult to answer political questions from journalists, but I'll try. The first thing, because it's not simple science of 2 + 2 is 4. I already said that many alliance discussions are ongoing, very many. And I gave the justification that you need a significantly large party to defeat the APC. That's the fact, because they have almost limitless resources. And resources count. So, if you cumulate resources together in the opposition, then it's likely you can defeat the APC very easily, because first thing is that the APC is very unpopular. But even with their lack of popularity, they have limitless resources plus incumbency power. So it will be naive to just think that any opposition party will defeat APC. No, we think that we need a strong alliance to defeat the APC. It is that simple. And many alliance discussions are ongoing, very many. Very many. So you don't want to say that this is where we are and this is what it is. You can't say that as of today.
If you say that it will be very difficult to defeat the APC, what is the ace in the hole? What exactly? What is that hidden hand that this new alliance wants to play that Nigerians have not seen before?
It is simple. It's a democracy. When you cumulate forces, it's a bigger force. Well, why is that difficult to understand? When you cumulate forces, then it's a bigger force, even in physics. When you add a force of 20 newtons to another force of 30 newtons, then you have a force of 50 newtons. Is that simple? So, and we have done it before, because I don't know why these things are looking strange to you. Nigeria works like this. From First Republic, one party could not win. That's what happened in the First Republic. They had the NCP-NCNC alliance. In the Second Republic, they had the MPP-MPN alliance. One party, is not easy for one party to win. Even when they claimed that they defeated Dr. Jonathan, they had CPC, APC, CPC, ACN. So there's nothing new in this thing. That's why I say it's very difficult answering political questions from journalists, because they ask questions like it's a science question. It's not a science question. It's a moving target. It's a moving target. So and that's why I say it's not 2 + 2 is 4.
All right.
Now there are many alliance discussions going on. If you look at 2019, we were able to bring 56 parties together under the Conference of United Political Parties. So that's the kind of thing we want to repeat. It's that simple. Are we there yet? No. Are we optimistic? Yes. We were able to do it in 2019. We brought 56 parties together under the same Conference of United Political Parties.
we're actually looking at the current popularity of the NCP amongst, let's just say, young Nigerian voters. That's why I say people who just came into their political consciousness. There is no denying the fact that the ruling party, the APC, the PDP, which is currently struggling, the Labour Party and the ADC coalition are the most popular political parties in Nigeria at the moment.
You see, like I said, many things I expect to happen. This is doing extrapolating and projecting. The implosion that will happen in APC, there will be an implosion. The tensions in the APC are being covered because people want to benefit. There are serious divisions and tensions in the APC. As time passes, they will mature and there will be a complete explosion in the APC. That's number one. So if we are able to build the kind of solid alliance we want to build, then we're ready. And immediately that happens, we will benefit from it and we step in. So it's very clear. The game is on, but you want to get an answer today. I'm telling you, you can't get an answer now.
All right.
It's work in progress.
It's a work in progress. All right, Mr. Joseph, you said you have a question.
Yeah, Chief Onobu, thank you very much for joining. I want to ask this question. In 2023, a lot of Nigeria, almost across the whole federation, decide to say, okay, they want to give it a trial by voting to some individual in Labour Party. As I'm talking to you now, some of those individuals find themselves back to going decamping to APC, another party. What is the assurance that if Nigeria decide to say, okay, let's give it a trial, and with the new arrangement, whether the with NCP and ADC, that it will not be like a dash hope again, that immediately they get...
No, there's no dash hope. There's no dash hope. There was a stolen mandate. Let us be clear. There's no dash hope. There was a stolen mandate. And the evidence is clear, because I know that the media likes to make it look like it's controversial. Or that there is evidence. Bring the polling unit results. That's all. We add it up. We see the winner. Stop hiding behind the fraudulent collation of results. Bring the results. That's what the law requires. Nobody voted at collation station. Everybody voted at polling unit. So bring the polling unit results. We add it together. We see the winner. So, but let's not go back, because it seems that we have decided to continue with that. And the Lendon, they said every election in Nigeria was rigged. Every. That is I'm quoting the Lendon, but that's by the way. So, but you people say, well, I want to answer your question specifically now. That one is the background. You say you want democracy or you want dictatorship. Which one do you want? If you want a democracy, then it is governed by the majority. Now you're saying the opposition people in the house did not do anything. What do they want them to do? They are a minority and they don't have the leadership. The only thing they can do other than allow the majority to have their way is to get violent, which is against the law. So I don't know what you journalists expect. What do you expect? You're expecting what is not democratic. You're expecting what is not lawful. You are in a house, the majority on one side, and you believe in democracy. What they say is what prevails. Why do you want to waste your energy? And sometimes they lobby you and say, come over to our side. You know you cannot win anything. Then you think, maybe if I go over to their side, maybe I can attract a hospital project to my community. So that's individual. But you cannot ask a minority in a democracy to do the impossible. So those expectations, to me, they are not right. What do you want them to do? If you are in a position, what will you do? After the election, I think the Labour Party had eight senators. What can they do?
But they can consolidate on those 8, and before you know what's happening, actually creating a very strong opposition.
No, how now? Hold on. Decisions are made by voting now. Okay, when you want to vote, you vote 8. There are 109 senators. Excuse me. So you people are expecting was not practical.
But they will still remain that party that give them that opportunity.
Many have remained. I agree. I would have remained. Many have remained. But people want to also, you can't impose your personal opinion on all that. People think that, okay, maybe it's practical, let me join. if you can't beat them, you join them. That's a theory. Do you know whether that's what they applied? I'm just saying we need to be practical. You can stay there and just say I don't agree. That's okay. But you cannot prevail in a democracy as a minority. These are clear concepts.
Okay, Chairman, let's call it final for Chief Onova.
And don't forget that if the leadership don't want you to talk, you can't talk.
Okay, let's call it final from you to Chief Onova. I know that you are a very staunch Catholic person, and even we have a lot of Catholic in the government, Muslim. Where do you think politicians used to get that heart that from PDP down to where we are today, that issue that actually concern governance, life and property of the citizen will be in danger, but you people continue? Look at the conversation now, merging, then PDP fighting at the house, a whole general was killed. It is not a big news. Children that go to school, they've been kidnapped. It's not. We are still continuing with the way, what we prefer to give attention to. But we say that governance is to protect life and property or the welfare of the citizen. Where do you get that kind of heart?
Excellent question, directed to the wrong person. Excellent question, in that governance should be our priority. Directed to the wrong person is that I belong to the opposition. So it's the ruling party that claimed they could lead the country, that is in power, that should answer. Authority and responsibility go together. They claim to be the majority in the national legislature. They have the executive power. So who is supposed to answer for failure in governance? They are supposed to answer. So I think it's unfair to ask the opposition to answer for failure in governance. What we are supposed to do is to point out the failure and offer you our alternative, which I have already talked about. We are working on building an alliance that is large enough to defeat the APC.
Talking about an alliance that is actually large enough to defeat the APC, that's why I asked earlier about the ace in the hole. But I understand that you may not actually want to reveal the strategy against the APC. But again, I ask, what is the strategy to stand against balkanization of this alliance even before it goes to the polls in 2027? If you say that many Nigerians believe that the APC has a hand in the problems of all the political parties, how can this new alliance ensure that it is not infiltrated?
Well, you see, you are not going to get 100%. What you need is a formidable critical mass. And on our own side, what we are doing is that we are screening the people we want to attract to the alliance. I mean, anybody who has been in politics in Nigeria, I ran for Senate in 2006. Anybody who has been in politics for that long can look at me and form an opinion. So if people have been in politics for 20 years, then you can form an opinion about them because you have seen them in public space. So we are trying to screen and get only people we think believe in good governance, not just people who are so that's all a part of the process. And talking about that it doesn't get balkanized again. The CUPP didn't get balkanized again. Those challenges will be there. Those challenges will be there. I'm not saying they will not be there. But there's a recent example. So it's when the objective is clear and among ourselves we have the commitment, it becomes easy. And defeating the APC, don't worry about it because it's very easy. The APC cannot win a free and fair election. They cannot.
If you say it's very easy to defeat the APC, what about how do you go into the minds of the voters, some of whom have this poverty scarcity mindset, let's take the Anambra elections for example. We did not see violence, thankfully, but one thing we saw was large-scale vote selling and buying, to the extent that election observers were telling us that the people were pricing, saying you can't pay me 2,000 to buy my vote, you have to pay me 5,000, 10,000. The people were pricing their votes at the polling units. So how do you want to work on the mind of the electorate to convince them that you're coming to do something good for them, if many people just want to get what they can get at that moment because they believe that the government does not work for their own good?
Excellent, and I thank you for that question. Just last week, I granted an interview to a national newspaper, and that was the major issue they had. How do we check vote buying? Then the election summit they had in Abuja that had two former presidents participating had it also as their key issue. So it's work in progress. In the interview I granted, I identified intelligence surveillance, I identified enforcement, and I identified advocacy, which you have talked about. And that's why I talk about resources. It costs money to attend a meeting. And that's also one of the reasons why many politicians are corrupt. It costs money to attend a meeting. It costs money to host a meeting. And that's why I talked about resources. The ruling party is very extremely corrupt and has a lot of resources. Let me just give you an indication of how corrupt the ruling party is. If you use the African Development Bank median rate for roads, the Lekki-Ekpe 47-kilometer road is 60 billion. If you use our own Nigerian engineering cost estimating standards, it's about 88 billion. The ruling party is looking for 1.06 trillion. That's enough money to build a dual carriage highway from Port Harcourt to Abuja. So that's how corrupt. So when I talk about the ruling party has the resources, it's not only the resource they have, it's not only they have funds, they also have structures like NTA that they control. So, and that is why the key to defeating this ruling party is what we are doing, which is trying to build a very strong alliance so that we can accumulate resources, so that we can easily overwork. Because they are very unpopular. The study that was done recently said that 94% of youths don't want the ruling party. So how bad does it get? That's how bad it is. Nobody wants the ruling party. I don't even know, the 6% most people who are benefiting directly.
But Chief Onovo, when you talk of ruling party, it cannot be generic, because at the federal government level you can say it is APC.
No, I'm talking federal. So what? I'm talking federal.
All right, Chief. While we're talking about this, I'd like to get your opinion on the current state of the nation. It is quite unfortunate that we seem to be back to 11 years ago when the news of the abduction of over 200 girls from a school in Chibok, Borno State made the airwaves. Then it was in Yobe State during the tenure of former late President Muhammadu Buhari with Dachi girls. Now it is the MAGA girls from Kebbi State, 25 girls. We're getting reports
at least 25
girls. 25, that 2 girls have been able to escape from the terrorist camp. This administration keeps telling us that they are winning the war against insecurity. Recently, with Donald Trump's vituperation, all eyes have been on Nigeria. The spotlight have been shined on Nigeria for this alleged Christian genocide. Are we really winning the war against insecurity, or is this a propaganda, especially with the unfortunate murder of a Nigerian brigadier general by ISWAP terrorists recently?
Well, I think the facts are clear and the data is very clear. But there are things we don't want to admit. We must admit that the ruling party is very good with false propaganda. The ruling party is very good with false propaganda. The ruling party told you that they are paying our debts. The next week, the immediate next week, they wrote to the National Assembly to approve both foreign and domestic borrowing. But you see, I think the media is not capturing all these things in the graphic ways they are doing them. It is the same thing with insecurity you're talking about. Insecurity is clearly worse if you use data of fatalities. It is worse if you use spread. It is worse in every dimension. Insecurity is much worse. Now, the ruling party, every day, they say they are winning the war. Now, when Donald Trump, what you call the preparations, when Donald Trump claimed Christian genocide, the ruling party said there is no genocide. But don't forget that the governor of Plateau called it genocide. Don't forget that the Tortillas called it genocide of Benue. So why are we saying Donald Trump called it genocide? We have been calling it genocide ourselves. And if you look at the UN definition of genocide, it is genocide. So this will continue, which is the justification why we had end bad governance protest. What is the alternative to bad governance? Good governance. Can you get it with the ruling party? No. Look at all the basics, everything is wrong with the ruling party. So you cannot get it right with the ruling party. And you know that immediately after it lost that election and imposed itself, it went to 2027 election mode. Everything you saw in Rivers, the Jankara unconstitutional brigandage of military coup in Rivers, because that's what it is. It was the military that was used to force Stubborn out of government house under a dubious suspension. So it was a coup d'etat. That's what it was. All that was they went to top gear to 2027 election because they know they are unpopular, just like the poll showed that they are 94% unpopular. So the only way we will not defeat the ruling party is if they rig again. And if they rig again, we will not accept it because we accepted 2023 for peace. That's why we accepted it. We just wanted peace. We will not accept it again.
If you say that that is, maybe you're talking about Nigerians, you're talking about the new entity.
Opposition where I belong.
The opposition where you belong will not accept it. What is it that the 2023 opposition did not do that you think the opposition that you belong to can do to get it back, to defend the mandate, like you say? Because the APC is gearing up to win the 2027 elections. There is no
but they cannot win. It depends on what you call win. They know they cannot win.
That information said that by 2026 the APC will control 30 states, and from the gale of defections we are seeing.
Please, they were controlling Kaduna State with El-Rufai, who was their champion as governor. Did they win there? Even in the 2023 you're talking about, excuse me, let me tell you something. Gale of defections. Are you aware that the former national chairman of APC has defected, John Oyebu, His Excellency? You're not aware because you're seeing only one side. Are you aware that the former national vice chairman of APC has defected? Are you aware that an SSA in the presidency, Ali, resigned his position and said he's going to contest? Are you aware that El-Rufai, without El-Rufai, the ruling party would have scattered in 2023? But that same El-Rufai is out. So what are you people saying? Listen, all we need to do is not the press argument and journalist argument. Let's count votes. That's all. If you counted votes in 2023, they lost woefully. If you count it in 2027, they will lose woefully. Let's count votes. And if they refuse to count votes, we will not accept it.
Chief Onovo, can we use the just conclusion Anambra election result to judge your party and others?
Well, you can say opposition won because Africa won. Is that APC? APC had a candidate. The candidate lost woefully. What is your point?
ADC could contest for that election too.
You're not listening. APC did not contest. I told you that there's work in progress. I told you we're building an alliance. You see, you misrepresent it now. I told you it's a work in progress. We are building an alliance. You see? Did we go to that Anambra election as an alliance? No, we didn't. And that's what I'm telling you. If the opposition is split, then the opposition is weak. United we stand, divided we fall. The people united can never be defeated. These are known philosophical concepts that are universal. It's clear. I don't know why you don't understand it. You just don't want to understand it. It's clear. The people united cannot be divided, cannot be defeated. United we stand, divided we fall.
But Chief Onovo, is as if from what your comment and other member, whether Aregbesola and the rest of them, it's already the same thing what they said in 2014, 2015 election that well, let us do everything possible to remove Jonathan, not provide governance. You are equally saying you can't say that.
You can't say that. I said if you play back this tape after this program, You said where I said that the alternative to the bad governance you have is good governance. If you don't remove them, you can't get good governance now. You journalists, are you setting a trap for me? Are you playing with words?
It's
clear now. What is difficult? I said there is bad governance. What is the indices for bad governance? Poverty, very poor infrastructure, high crime, unprecedented corruption, unprecedented inflation. This is very clear. What is the alternative? Good governance. Now, I also said earlier that the ruling party is incapable of providing good governance. Even if you give them 500 years, they will not be able. Because that's not what they are set up to do. They are set up to grab power and dominate and steal. And that's what they are doing. Dominate and steal. It is in that domination that they couldn't tolerate an opposition governor in Rivers State, and they removed him by a military coup d'etat. They called it suspension. But it was a military coup d'etat because it was soldiers that dropped the man out of government house.
But that's according to you. But the same man Fubara said that the intervention of the president was apt.
You are changing what you are discussing. You are going to another topic. Was it journalists that drove him out of government house? It was military. Soldiers with common personnel carrier, with ballistic helmet, with camouflage, bulletproof, and military assault weapons. What are you saying? If he's telling you intervention of president, why didn't he live by himself? That's political talk. He has seen the abuse of power of the president and will be used against him. Sometimes police arrest you, and you know that they can shoot you and put a fake face on there. You will agree with what they say, not because you agree, but you are trying to be practical. If Andovas come to me now and say, you give me this road, do you think I will tell them that I'm having it already? I will say, sorry sir, take this road. That's the fact. Does it mean that I agree with them? Excuse me, sir.
All right, Chief. We need to start taking calls, all right? So that means we need to let you go. But one final question before you go. How has the Nigerian opposition been getting it wrong? And how can they do better going forward? 2027 seems so far, but so near. Ahead of 2027, it is a time, another time that Nigerians will get to go to the polls and choose who will represent them from the federal to the state levels. How can the opposition position themselves before 2027 in order to assure Nigerians that they are coming for good?
That's exactly what I said before. Let me emphasize it. There are two things I think the opposition is doing wrong, which is this every party go and contest. We need to come together, get one candidate, back that candidate, a good candidate that will deliver the good governance that Joe is interested in, Joseph. So that's what we need. Not just any candidate. Get a good candidate that can deliver the good governance that all Nigerians, including me, are interested in. That's what we need to do. We haven't done that because each party wants to test his own popularity, test his own structure, and then we go with 20 candidates. So that's one thing we have not done very well. This from the strong alliance to defeat the ruling party. The other thing is expecting votes to count when you know that votes have not always counted. That's the other thing. Expecting that votes will count, and that's what I'm telling you cannot happen again, because I have discussed with many of the leaders of the opposition parties, and they have their own different formulas that it will not happen. One of the formulas will not say everything. There are many formulas, that's all.
Chief, we really appreciate you, and we understand that you don't want to reveal the opposition strategy here, but then we'll see all the political permutations that will take place before the 2027 election.
The major one is alliance. It's not hidden. That's the major one. Everybody come together. Right. That's the major strategy.
All right. We've seen one of these alliances, and we are looking forward to more. You've told us that there are a lot of alliances in the works, and of course, we're in Nigerian position as it happens. Chief Martin Onovo, we do appreciate you for joining us this evening, although we could not get through to you at the beginning, but I'm glad we were able to get through to you, and I'm glad we had this conversation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. All right. Do not have my head. I'll start taking your calls right about now. 0803-692-9933. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you. What's your name and location, please? You have 60 seconds. Please go right ahead.
My name is Peter. I'm calling from Oba.
Welcome, Rita.
Please, I want to ask questions.
Okay.
Please, when I was small, I used to hear this about this election that when you win, you win. Please, I used to think that election is like a math. Like when you answer question, you get it correctly. Please, is it true or is it just about correctly, or you is amount of the people that maybe you can get like 30 and you'll get like 20.
Right.
If you won and you get no, that's my question. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Mr. Joseph, do you understand that question? Do you want to answer it in a minute?
I didn't get it very
all right. The thing is, I don't know how old you are, but literally elections in Nigeria is about the majority. If the majority of people vote for you, like in the Anambra elections, APGA, the party and the person who was representing the party had the highest votes, and so the person will be the governor.
So my God, what the person say for election is the person they declare winner and win.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Yeah, Choma, good evening. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Orele for now. They're supposed to be in the Julie Cross, but I'm calling from Orele now.
All right, welcome, Chris. Please, you have 60 seconds because of our time.
As every time, greet your guests over there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I beg Esther, I beg me she quit here. We'll pray for her because her sister,
Esther enjoy herself. Nothing.
I'm not telling you say anything. Do Esther. Esther is she
okay, Barrister Daliti and the Anna Osiki and Mr. Kundayo, the analyst. I greet all of them wherever they may be, and God will continue to bless all of you.
Thank you.
Joma, you used to scare, so you don't used to come like that, but I used to listen to you quietly 6 o'clock news ahead, but I'm enjoying your analysis. My take is this, Joma, please, where are we going to in this country? This matter is becoming as in I'm not feeling even shout again because of Esther I even call. I don't even call like yesterday. I all listened to it yesterday. You Barrister Daliti, and so to take carry me because I was sick seriously. So we want to be say bandit blockade to the key to every day killings continue. Every day killing. There is no day that you wake up, you're killing as a place where expect to go die. Person will go shoot and die from 1 or 2 places. Imagine the 25 girls they are adopted from that school now. And they say 2 escape. And yesterday on the news now that the 2 escape. Thank God is no rescue. So, what are we going to do in all this? You people are trying, I commit to you, people are trying seriously. Now, the whole talk now, I don't gather now, they tell make my sister Esther now go to the I beg go. I pray for all of you. God will help Nigeria. God will help us in Jesus' name. I'm Esther. Quick recovery for you, please.
Nothing do Esther. How many times I go tell you say nothing do Esther? Welcome to the evening rush. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name and location, please?
That man that. Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. That man, that's a analyst that they call on film. That man is a wise man. Now very soon, this Tinubu and his brother from the nation. All of them will tell them bye-bye. Are you hearing me?
All right. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it short and simple. Welcome to the evening rush.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
This is Wale calling from Ayogo.
Welcome, Wale.
On this case of the guest you brought to the studio, he has spoken well. National Conscience Party. I was just laughing. Let them come together with the PDP, all of them. Let them come together. APC will win them. It won't be the sweetest victory for APC and for President Tinubu. We will beat them mercilessly. 2027. That's my take this evening. I was just laughing.
Thank you, Wale. Thank you for your call. 0803-692-9933 on WhatsApp. It's 0817.
My humble sister, how you doing?
Very well.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Olatunde from Tule. Choma, how you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you.
Well done, man. Please, I just want to know, I love the analysis of the guests, even those who have been coming to the program. What I want is
that I want this thing to be in the balance. Most of the analysts are they have their own supporters. This thing is my take, So, but I want you to maybe you call other political party, APC, PDP, Labour Party, for them to come and tell Nigerians whatever they want. They have for Nigerians, not that like Darlington, I know is supporting Labour Party. Okay. So come with another analyst. So that Nigeria will know. Maybe they'll come and fail here, we'll know.
Thank you.
Please, thanks so much. God bless you, man.
Appreciate you. 08036929933 for direct calls. On WhatsApp, it's 0817-175-6338. Hello, welcome to the Evening Rush. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Good evening to you. This is Chema Innocent. What's your name and location, please?
My own take is that here.
What's your name and location?
Hello. Can you hear me, Ziovi?
Please, you need to give me a call back. 08036929933. Turn down the volume on your radio set and give me a call back. Good evening, Chema. When Trump said Nigeria is a disgraced country, he's not making a mistake. Seeing what happened today at Abuja Secretariat. Secondly, stop telling us Esther is on leave and you're standing in for her. We know already, so stop echoing. Olafamota, Vivexo. All right, then. 08036929933. Hello. Hi, good evening. This is Chema Innocent. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
What's your name and what's your location, please?
My name is Obina, calling from Edipo.
Welcome, Obina.
Your analysts have spoken well, but I'm still afraid of APC. Let our vote be count. If our vote counts, APC is going nowhere. But I believe, I'm of opinion that there is people that make this presidency, because anybody that will not allow insurgency in this country, I feel they will not allow that person, because 2023 election, it is very clear that we win that election, and they have even confessed.
Thank you for your call. Welcome to the Evening Rush. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi, good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, good evening, Chioma.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I agree to your guest analyst.
I greet you too.
Yeah, this is Boyeson calling from Afro Media.
Welcome, Boyeson.
Yes, I like his analysis so far. But one thing, what it to note is this. Can you see how Nigeria is just drifting and dripping fast? That's, I don't know, on a speed level. Look at the way the country is just drifting. Look at what is happening. Look at our people. Those who have governed the country for, some were there governors for 8 years, some were, after governing, they went to Senate House. Some of them are still there. You see how they are fighting? And look at look at our girls. Look at the general they killed yesterday. Yet people have the audacity to go and argue and fight for their own selfish ends. And our president is somewhere dancing his own music, waiting for 2027. What a shame. Good night.
Thank you for your call. 0803-692-9933. Welcome to the Evening Rush. What's your name and location, please?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. How you doing?
Yeah. My name is Shala. I live in Western. Yeah. Stick to the point. I want to make mention of something that you haven't tried away from. Nigeria is already a failed state. And the irony part of it is that look at the last people like the money that send the bank of China, saying that you plan their mercilessly. I wonder which planet these kind of people are. The one is just the real picture of they are enjoying the victory. What is because all these things happening, the people are doing things we do from their own family. I don't understand. Nigeria is a failed state. Look at where they are killing people in Nigeria. Now, I don't know what I say. If politicians are not careful, because we have treated all this now, the Rwanda never happened. Rwanda is every go happen. He said something, he said, "Man, people know better how to do it." And the truth of the matter is like, telling them the kingdom of God so much divided totally by force. If the people want to take back their power, it is not by Gelendo, it is not by hoping. Nigeria is ready, is the only APC and Nigeria. Let us take aside because they get differences. Igbo, Yoruba, you see, come together and fight for your future because these people want to rule this country. It is not also. Thank you. You're doing a good job.
Call 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. Hi there. What's your name and location, please? Good evening to you. How you doing? Hello. Please give me a call back. 0803-692-9933. On WhatsApp, it's 0817-175-6338. Hello. Please turn down the volume on your radio set and give me a call back. Good evening, Chairman, Comrade Adefia from Ijesha Tedo Mushin. Not Wike so strong to do this, if not President of the nation and judges of this country, dragging the nation into serious counterfeit. ECOWAS won't see this to be corrected. If something else happens, they will be lamenting. Mr. Joseph, why do we go call ECOWAS, we go call Trump, we go call this one, we go call that one? Can't we look inwards?
No. That's why we are wasting our time. You know, a person that will not want to move forward, if anything happen, you go say na Satan. Satan will just laugh. You understand? This country they are calling, they are very busy. Donald Trump, no, I don't think his people will even draw his attention that they are calling them in Nigeria. Say, he will tell you, no, I beg. So it is better for us to sit down and see what we can do to salvage this. These are adults, Choma. These are adults. They are not children. They are not children from primary school that they will be calling Donald Trump or calling Putin or calling the president of Ghana. Why can't we just sit down and do the right thing? ECOWAS is busy.
Welcome to the evening rush. What's your name and location, please? Hello. All right. Turn down the volume on your radio set and give me a call back. Hello. Welcome to the evening rush. What's your name and location, please? Hi there. What's your name and location?
My name is Babangida. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Welcome, Babangida. Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma. They are still being captured by 2026. Don't worry. Any truck that's supposed to carry the bag of cannabis, is being captured. Don't worry. The ship will captured by 2026. Don't worry yourself.
Thank you for your call. 0803-692-9933. George Oduayo on YouTube says the president thinks he's a master strategist. He will still hold before him in 2027. Nigeria is not Lagos politics. Uche Chukwu Emmanuel says APC government won't deny that they don't have a hand in the atrocities happening in the country. They should all remember there is judgment from our creator after life. The end will justify the means. Prince Paul says, Choma, you don't smile at all. You don't even know joke. You just strong face. No verse. The program serious way. Odor Oliver says, you guys should stop calling PDP factions. How did Sam Anyanwu and Wike form a faction? On what basis? Wike is not an official of PDP. What Tinubu is creating will consume him soon. Surplus says, I highly recognize you. Just because I do shuku. Chike Zenwodo say, na Joseph BD. Yes, na Joseph BD. So, okay. Good evening, Chama. Your guests. I'm enjoying the program. Olabes Peter. Thank you so much for your comments. Good evening and welcome to the evening rush.
Chema.
How are you doing today, sir?
Innocent. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir.
I don't know if you hear me, but the only thing I want to say, I'm not talking of your topic today, but I'm trying to, maybe you can do something on your system. Whenever people are talking, it's like something is cracking. We enjoy it, but we enjoy what you are saying in the studio. Please, can you do something? This is Oladipupo, Valentin Aguno. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your call. We'll look into that. 0803-692-9933.
Hello.
What's your name and location? Welcome to the evening rush.
My name is Kingsley. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Welcome, Kingsley. Please go ahead.
My contribution is that everybody is fed up with Nigeria.
Kingsley, you sound so low. I'm really struggling to hear you. Please send a message on WhatsApp.
Everybody is fed up with Nigeria. Everybody is fed up. Nobody is happy in this country any longer. Just imagine what's happening. They are not talking of the jihad that was not bad. They are not talking of the people, the little children that are going to be kidnapped. Nobody knows their fate now. They are suffering now on the hands of these terrorists.
a good report. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. Thank you so much for your call. I do appreciate you. 08036929933. Welcome to the evening. Turn down the volume on your radio set. You've been calling and calling. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. If you don't turn down the volume on your radio set, I will not be the conversation will not even be sweet. Please turn down the volume on your radio set before you call so that we can have a seamless conversation. Welcome to the evening rush. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello?
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
Hello, Chema. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you doing?
Hello, Chema. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay. Chema, do you have to from here? This is Tony from Chicago.
Welcome, Tony. Good evening from here.
Yes. Chema, it's so painful that when I hear people saying that APC will win mercilessly in Nigeria come next election, people are being in the bush now, young girls. The person that called and said that if that person that is in bush happens to be his sister or daughter, how will he feel? The government has looked outside the security of this country. All they face is 2027. Will they govern the empty land if anybody goes to die? Why are people not being considerate? I can use you as an example. I know the other day you lost somebody, I know how crazy you are that day. It happened. I put myself, if that person in the bush happened to my daughter or my sister, how will I sleep? But someone can come here and say that APC will message without thinking about the security of the citizens. The president doesn't utter any word about what is going on. Killings every day. The president kept mood. Choma, we need to wake up. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony, for your call. Do appreciate you. It's almost time for us to go. Please don't have my head. I cannot take all the messages this evening, but I appreciate you. Sugar May on YouTube says, I hereby second the SOS call by Turkey to President Trump and other developed nations. You want them to leave their own country and come and start focusing on Nigeria. Nigeria is not the only country in the world. Nigeria is not the only African country in the world. Tobiloba Joshua, thank you for your compliment. Olushola Akiade, Mr. Joseph, how can you sit down and resolve the issues when you have rulers ruling you? He's your president asleep to see what's going on in the country. Get it right. Nigeria has a long way to go. Mr. Joseph, that's for you.
Well, that's just it. I think I'll continue to say it. I think it's just a time that someone should wake us up and that this is not the best way. I don't know if it's possible for the Tifoba Femi Olowo and Namdazikiwe Tafa Balewa, they're able to just use time. Check what we are doing. They will ask, is it the country that they sacrifice
the from the spirit world?
Yes, because we're just this element is Iswa, Boko Haram. See the way they put us on edge, and we just decide that okay, let them be ruling their own side while we are ruling this other side, and they are now advancing every day to come and join us, to come and say they must colonize us. It's a funny situation.
All right. I'm still taking your messages on WhatsApp. Unfortunately, I can't take any more calls at the moment. Good evening, Chairman. Mr. Folorun Shaw. Wike's name is becoming synonymous to crisis. Okosisi from Surulere. Good evening. Trump did not say he would take over Nigeria. He said he will fight Boko Haram, ISWAP, and bandit. Chibueze Rahim Moneke from Ladipo. Chioma, it was the suspicion that military will not hand over in 1999 that made the right people abstain from politics and allowed the wrong people as politicians who eventually ushered in people like Wike. Chedu from Ogun State. Chioma, good evening. I'm Raf from Apapa. I'm pained the way our president is handling insecurity. General M. Uba was murdered by moles planted by those who are sponsoring insecurity. Good evening, VOP. Honestly, Nigeria is finished. We don't need all cargoes in the government anymore. PDP and APC should not rule the country again. They are disgracing we the citizens' progress from Bayelsa State. Good evening, Chama. I know you won't read my message. The man with you in the studio is just busy condemning PDP. Ernest Ezechukwu. Now that I've read your message, what are you going to say? Choma, good evening. I greet you and the guests. Please, I just want to ask a simple question. Is anything like party in white man's country? Nigeria problem is from all these party men. They do not mind if poor masses are dying. It's a pity. Ogbefi White, not so. From Ayetoro. Good evening, Choma. On PDP crisis, if Wike has not manipulated or rigged River State election results in favor as alleged and gets compensated with ministerial slot, would he be doing all these things? Francis from Command Road in Ikpaja. Ima from Isolo says the original meaning of Wike from my side is controversy. I'm not surprised. He's working about causing problem here and there. Good evening all. Like Joseph said, considering the myriad of crises confronting Nigerians, men without class and integrity, I don't want to mention their names, they are busy fomenting trouble. Too bad. Arsonists pretending to be firefighters. Say arsonists. That's people where they cause the fire, they pretending and then they fight the fire. Uche Iwoha from Ronik. All right, Uche Iwoha, thank you for your message. Good evening, Shoma. I greet you. Joseph Gabriel is my name from Ikorodu. The man calling on Trump to come and help us is not out of order. Mr. Joseph said we can solve the problem by ourselves. Who will solve the problem and how? Shoma, please tell me if the police and army could not stand the bandit. Is it the vigilante group that will go in search of the girls? Chibuzo from Egbeda. Good evening, Choma. The problem of PDP is from Tinubu. Wike would not be able to fight dirty as he's doing now if not for Tinubu. People in PDP would have dealt with him honestly. He would not even have defeated Fubara. Good evening, Choma. Listening to the station on Radio Garden. Okay. Thank you, Ejiofor. We'll work on that. Good evening, VOP Laker from Lagos. Congratulations to your president. A general was killed, 145 killed in 4 days, 25 students abducted by repentant bandits and Boko Haram. The president said they've repented and they've been given billions of naira. Truly, there was a country. It's a shame that some elements have resorted to use the life of innocent kids to play their dirty politics. God has answered our prayers, but instead, I don't understand this message. Baba Adoga, do Nigerians have a president? We do have a president, whether we like it or not. Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Joseph Folorunsho and VOP family. Wike targets construction, which is easy to loot funds. Same to Umahi. Praises of Wike performance and infrastructure went to high heavens towards the end of his reign until a comprehensive documentary of Rivers State come out. The streets littered with refuse and garbages. Rivers was being called Garbage City instead of Garden City. Amechi from Mafaluku. Greetings to you, Chama. It's a show of shame to the PDP. They are showcasing Nigeria in a bad light. Daniel from Agege. Good evening, Chama. Innocent Asarido Kubo said he's been working for Tinubu for years. Let Nigerians investigate what he's been doing for years. Comrade G says President Bola Tinubu described Wike as a performer because of his 2027 ambition. Wike is the most chaotic minister in Nigeria based on character analysis. Unfortunately, I cannot take any more messages. It is time for us to go. Bonsoir, Chairman, gentlemen in the studio. I'm Engineer Oji Kalu from Benin Republic. Is it not the same defend yourself? Nnamdi Kanu said that put him in DSS. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry for Nigeria. Good evening, VOP. Only God has solution to our numerous problems. Good evening, Chama. God bless Chief Martin Onovo for being quite on point with all the points you raised. It is sad bandit could easily gun down a general in Nigerian army without any fight back. Tony Anele from Ijagemo. Mr. Joseph, we need to go. Let's get your concluding thoughts in 30 seconds.
Yeah, my conclusion to keep behind this last message that you actually read, Choma, that a general in Nigeria army is being killed, there's no response. Is very, very unfortunate, and we are not seeing any. I don't think we are going to see any response tomorrow. And that again, you will see some of this element. You hear that they will kidnap a DPO, kidnap whatever. And at the end of the day, we are not. I think to me, it's as if we allow those people that are creating security to be doing their own business while we are busy with our own. Is it the way we are going to go? That is the question that every one of us need to ask ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph Folorunsho, for joining the conversation this evening. Also, many thanks to Chief Martin Onovo, who joined us during the conversation as well. My name is Chioma Innocent. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for riding with us right here on the Evening Rush. I do appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for calling. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your comments. The Evening Rush will make a return same time, same station from 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow. Remember, it's not just about what your country can do for you. Think about what you can do for your country as well. Do the best that you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. My name is Chioma Innocent. Good evening and thank you for listening. Do stay tuned. More interesting programs coming your way right here on Voice of the People 90.3.